EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for November 29th, 2022. It is Tuesday, and the Tuesday video forecast is proudly sponsored by J. Evans Property Services, serving York, Lancaster, Chester, Berks, Lebanon, and southern Dauphin counties in Pennsylvania, and also northern Maryland. J. Evans Property Services is a family-owned business that offers quality work at competitive prices and features premium landscaping and design, sod install, drainage solutions, as well as residential and commercial complete property maintenance. They also have 2 carpenters on board that specialize in decks and fences with over 15 years of experience and are offering 15% off any new deck or fence installed through the remainder of this year, 2022. You can reach out to them at the phone number above me here in the video or schedule an estimate through their website, landscapingcontractorslancasterpa.com. They are J. Evans Property Services, proud sponsors of the Tuesday video forecast. We're back to a mix and clouds of sun, as you see behind me. And I just realized I'm kind of transparent today. I have an olive green screen behind me, and I have an olive green sweatshirt on, so I'm kind of semi-transparent here, but whatever. Video rolls on. So partly cloudy skies today. A little cooler than yesterday, slightly cooler. 42 to 48 is the spread in temperatures. That's technically very slightly below average, but not by much. And then tomorrow we're going to warm up with some rain working into the region. So today, a mix of clouds and sun. Clouds are going to increase overnight. And then we have this rain moving through the region here on Wednesday. Not a ton of rain, as I'll show you in a second, but this does move through during the course of the day. Starts in the morning, early in the morning, and then works its way through during the course of the day and ends in the early evening hours in our far eastern areas. So let's get over to the NAM high-res future simulator radar. We'll start with the rain first, okay? So there are several different hazards with this that we're dealing with, and it is not going to be a tremendous amount of rain, but this is where the leading edge is at 6 p.m. or 6 a.m. on Wednesday, okay? So it's going to have some rain moving into our western portions of our region here at that point, and then it will quickly move over to the eastern side of the state by mid-morning, and then by late morning, you get into it, it'll cross New Jersey, okay? So it's going to be a progress from west to east here. And then you'll have steady rainfall, and then it will taper to showers as we get into the mid to late afternoon hours and early evening in far eastern areas, and this will come to an end. So at this point right here, we're looking at 4 p.m., so it's just about done here. So there's 5, there's 6, there's 7. Early evening at the latest is what we're looking at for an end time here on Wednesday for that rainfall. In terms of total rain, again, not a whole lot here as I move this forward and throughout the event. This is what we're dealing with. A lot of 0.3, 0.4, 0.5. So I would say range here is going to be 0.3 to 0.6 inches across the region. There will be some areas that will be a little heavier than others, but it's going to be that are generally in the upper end of that, which is going to be around the 0.6 mark, 0.6 of an inch, and anywhere between 0.3 and 0.6 can be found across the entire region here as this system moves through. And that's it for total precipitation. So we're not going inch or more on this one, or a heavier rainfall. Just looking at a steady rainfall that's going to give us a soaker here on Wednesday as this front moves through. The other side of this, there's a trough. This is on the lead of a trough. There's going to be a co-located low-level jet moving with this front as it escorts the trough in on Wednesday. This is going to get temperatures colder behind it for Thursday and Friday, but it will be breezy Wednesday morning, and it's going to get quite windy. And you can see here, as with the front moving in itself, and you can see the corridor right here. Here's that corridor of strongest winds that's going to be working its way eastward during the course of the afternoon. I think it'd start as early as mid-afternoon in our central PA locales, and it's going to work its way eastward. But during this time, when this moves through, you're going to have some wind gusts in here that are commonly 30 to 40 miles per hour, and some peak wind gusts that are 45, maybe even 50 miles per hour in areas of elevation as this moves through. The good thing about this is it's only a couple hours long, 2 to 3 hours of this really heavy, crazy wind, and then when the front moves through, it diminishes a little bit. It goes back to 15 to 25, gusts 30 to 35, which is going to last right through the overnight, and that will go right into Thursday morning. Okay, where you saw 15 to 25, some higher gusts than that, near 30, 32, 34, something like that, okay? Those are your peak gusts. So common gusts are backing down to 15 to 25 in the overnight after that initial surge moves through, and that's going to last through Thursday morning at least. Then during the afternoon hours, we start to very gradually taper off. Actually, this probably goes into early afternoon on Thursday before it finally backs off, and it will do so rather quickly so that by the time we get the overnight, it's really negligible wind at that point. So the wind is going to be a concern for power outages and things like that because you do have rain associated with some wind and a prolonged duration of peak wind gusts. There will be some outages reported across the region. most certainly with that. But big story number two is the temperatures behind here are going to come down quite a bit. So we're going to have a high, as you can see here above me. 52 to 59 is the temperature spread on Wednesday, but when we get to Thursday, we're going to be considerably colder, either side of 40 degrees. We get all this cold air coming in here behind here. I don't know what's wrong with my pen today again. But we have all that cold air coming in. The only thing with this is it's a transient cold shot. It means it's not going to stick around very long. We get to Friday, it's going to start to lift out already. So we're going to have cold temperatures here on Friday, moderating by about 4 or 5 degrees from Thursday to Friday, but still below average here on Friday. Excuse me. But we'll be mostly sunny here on Friday. And then over the weekend, we're expecting mainly cloudy skies here on Saturday. You can rarely make it out here, but there is a front here with this, a weak reinforcing front. And very little precipitation that is noted along this frontal boundary, all up and down it. That is going to come through here on Saturday. And during the course of the day, it's going to be just mainly cloudy, just an isolated shower possible here at any time during the day. And then that will go, the threat of that will extend into early evening on Saturday, right? And then we get behind this, we get another quick shot of cooler air, not cold, but cooler. Similar temperatures Friday that you'll see on Sunday, and partly cloudy skies are expected here on Sunday in between systems. Then we have another one coming in. Now, the European model doesn't show it over our region here, but the GFS does. So we do have a 40% chance of showers here on Monday. It'll be on the lead of the next system. And this one here, this next system is going to come in toward the middle of next week, which is going to be around the 6th, 7th time frame. Okay, moves through actually on the following Wednesday. And behind that is the more sustainable cold that we've been talking about that is going to set us up for week 2 and beyond in December to be colder than average. As far as storm signals, we had that listed storm signal for between the 6th and 8th. Not so certain about that. It might not be exactly in that time frame. Might be looking at more like between the 10th and 15th, somewhere in there where we have a winter storm signal. It might be one of those deals where the front comes through and the cold air settles in and has to get established first, and we're waiting a couple days before you get any snow chances coming back in. We do have a very strong North Atlantic block expected at that point over Greenland, so there could be certainly sustainable cold air. That's the first step in getting into any wintry events, is getting the cold air in here first, and it does look like that's going to occur on schedule at the beginning of the second week of December and beyond. I'm EPA meteorologist Bobby Marchers. That is your outlook for November 29th, 2022. Have a great Tuesday.